This
automation
conference
performance.
will now be recorded.
But
Mm.
in terms of performance, I have been working on Jmeter for the last 3 to 4 years, and I learned LoadRunner as well. But I want to explore more the LoadRunner protocols and get
Mm.
more opportunities in the LR. So
Okay, okay,
that's the reason I decided to join this course. Yeah,
okay. Thanks. Thanks.
thank you.
Venkat, can you go ahead?
Yeah, hi everyone. Good morning. Myself is Venkat. I have been around total 6 years of experience in manual testing and Jmeter. And currently I'm learning also LoadRunner also as well.
Okay,
Yeah, this is my introduction.
okay. Vishnu? Yeah. I think you were speaking on mute, Vishnu. Anup,
Hey, hi.
please go ahead. Huh?
Yeah, hey, my name is Anup. I'm working with Sagitek, working with the one Pune organization. Currently, I'm in US. Earlier, we are using Silk Performer with browser-driven protocol.
Mm-hmm.
So, as our applications are not supporting that much of for the HTTP protocol because of some security concerns, like we are not able to handle their sessions and something. So, as we are earlier using Silk Performer for the browser-driven, and now Silk Performer is getting sunsetting soon. I think so in this December itself. So I'm just doing some R&D with the multiple tools. The LoadRunner is one of it, and in
Mm-hmm.
that I think so TruClient Protocol, which is mostly getting used for the browser-driven, right?
Hmm, yes, yes, correct.
So yeah, that would actually I have around 8 to 9 years experience in performance testing, and
Mm-hmm.
we mostly doing in Jmeter and Silk Performer itself.
Okay,
So
okay.
very basic things I needed, but hope so I get it.
Okay, okay, sure. So, yes. So, thanks all for introductions. Okay, so first of all, like we'll discuss about few things, like why we are learning TrueClient. Okay, what is the purpose of it? Many people confused, like in which scenario we need to opt for TrueClient. Okay, uh, and why we are not using web protocol, even we can record the business flows through that protocol. Okay, the benefits. Okay, the nature of applications, language. Okay, so those things we'll explore one by one. So first of all, I mean, why we are learning TrueClient? Okay, why we need these sessions to go through? Okay, what is the importance of this session? What is the importance of TrueClient? I mean, how I will convince my client or customer in which in scenario where I think that yes, this is the protocol through which I need to record. Okay, what else scenario when I need to switch from web protocol to TrueClient, that also have some scenario for the few performance tester and the leads. Okay, so let's start with, okay, you can stop me if you have any doubts in between, but we will try to make session more interactive, okay, so that everyone gets something. Okay, so I mean I believe everyone has worked on the web protocol, I mean the Jmeter side, right, that everyone is experienced people, so in that sense I will start. So when I talk about web application performance testing that you guys are working on, I mean web protocol, Jmeter, okay, so it always does not do what we think. Okay, the figures that we get back from the server is your backend calls, I mean the server end-to-end response time. Okay, so let's suppose we are recording one transaction in web protocol or the Jmeter. Okay, we are hitting that APIs, we are getting the transaction response time. Okay, so the response time that we are getting is backend, like it is a backend calls. Okay, it is not showing you the actual value that user texts on his mobile or the device or the browser for the loading page. Okay, it means it is not showing the actual rendering time. Okay, this is the when TruClient comes in the picture. Okay, when you need the rendering time along with the latency, network time, okay, and everything, then you need TruClient. Okay, and I will share my screen. Okay, we'll go one by one. So let me show one. Let me know like if it is visible. Okay, is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Okay, so first, like many people go through web protocol, I mean the Jmeter, LR. Okay, and when I ask them to switch to TruClient protocol, there are some questions which comes in the way. Okay, that needs to be clear first. Okay, so we know that web protocol or the Jmeter scripting works on the HTTP layer. Okay, I mean whatever we will request as per the API method, we'll get the response. Okay, it will not contain the rendering time and everything. Okay, so here the response time that you are getting from the server is processing time, latency. Okay, that's it. Okay, here you will be getting processing time plus latency plus rendering time. Okay, now we'll say that in which scenario I need to visit for this one. Okay, why like when I need to implement. So right now the client is moving as we are using, like the completion has been increased. Okay, so if the more NFR is coming around the page loading time. Okay, so let's suppose we are getting a NFR, okay, that the page load time should be 2 seconds or 3 seconds. It does not mean that we need to get this value. It is not this is not 2 seconds. Okay, it means the NFR that we get as a 2 seconds is combined of processing time, latency, and rendering time. Okay, what we usually misunderstood, we think that the client is asking the 2 seconds for the processing time plus latency. No, it is also including rendering time. Okay, so in that sense we need to go for TruClient. Okay, because it will give you the actual values that user is taking to load the page, to load the JavaScript. Okay, to load the videos, image. Okay, so that is the actual value. It is giving you the end-to-end experience. Okay, the actual experience when you hit the web protocol, it will just go to the backend, it will get the calls and it will get the response time. That's it. It is not bothered about how the user is loading the page, the videos, image, JavaScripts. It will not bother at all. But when it is TruClient, it is replicating of end-to-end user actions. Okay, now this is the one of the benefits that the TruClient, there is a one like uh, uh, I'm not saying that when the TruClient was not there we are not able to do. Yes, people were doing the same thing from the, I mean, UFT. Okay, that is also a micro focus tool, but that's a different thing. There was a different license, there was different efforts. Okay, but when the TruClient launched, okay, it was able to convince the customer, satisfy the performance tester. Okay, to get what they are expecting. Now this is one of the benefit uh, which is uh, booming TruClient nowadays in the market. Apart from this, the scripting time. Okay, so if I talk about generic web applications, there you will not get more challenges with the correlations. Okay, but if I talk about ERP systems, I mean the applications based on the micro MS Dynamic 365, SAP. Okay, SAP Fiori, so those things. So there you will get lots of correlations. Even on the single page, you will be getting at least 8 to 10 correlations. Okay, so you can assume how much effort it's required to do the correlation for all the application flows. Okay, so there, if we are recording TruClient, it just bypass all the correlations and every challenges, because here we will record based on the user navigations. Okay, whatever you are whatever we are doing, any actions like click, typing, okay, uh, refresh, those things will be recorded as a part of user actions. So here we don't need correlations. Okay, here we need something else, that is I will discuss about get visible text. There are some functions here, so that we'll discuss in going further, but there is no any correlation need here. Okay, and also it saves a lot of time. Okay, let's suppose we are working on the complex project. Okay, the nature of application is based on the modern HTML5, okay, JavaScript, okay, and some dynamic entities are there. So it will face a lot of challenge to record. Okay, even like in your project, it will give your 70% of time to the recording and maintaining of the applications. Now when the performance engineering will happen, you will not get enough time. The optimizations, the executions, okay, the improvements, those things will never get time, because you have wasted your 70% of time for the recording part itself. So now even the client is also very smart. Okay, so if they think that yes, we can go ahead for TruClient, so they keep their mind that this will this will reduce our scripting efforts, maintenance efforts. Okay, so let's give a 30% to the scripting part and go to 70% of the optimization part. Okay, and what happened in web protocol, we were giving 70% of time to the record, to the maintenance scripts, everything. Okay, because of that we're getting less time in the, I mean, in the release itself, for getting a recommendation from development team for the optimizations, okay, for the drill down. So now the market has been changing, so people are opting through client, okay, for the end-to-end betterment of performance testing life cycle. Okay, so here I'm just discussing about the high level. I will not discuss in details because it's just introductions. So when I will start recording, I will give you a high level demo, I mean the scripting part. So till now, anyone have any doubts whatever we have discussed so far?
Hey, we are going to be discuss the reports thoroughly, right? Reporting stuff.
Yes, that also will discuss. When we say reporting part, I mean the education part.
Means after the execution, the reports which are coming, which we need to be go thoroughly, like which are needed, which are not. Means mostly standard, industry standard wise.
Okay. Yes. We'll discuss like whatever we can cover from the LR part. Okay. We'll see. Okay. But again, the drill down we will not be able to do, right? Where it is taking time. What is the backend course? Because we are in the session, like we are not using any monitoring tool, but you will be able to say like we can drill down and we can see what to report and how to report from the TruClient browser itself.
Okay. One more question I have. It's related to parameterization. So VTS is going to be covered, right, with it?
Yes, we'll cover BTS in the session as well.
Okay.
So how do we capture, let's say any ID is generating some number or application order
Mhm.
number. How do we
Mhm.
capture that?
Yes. Okay. So, like, if I talk about web protocol, you get the dynamic values from the server, right? We do the correlations to get that value using left boundary, right boundary. Okay. But in TrueClient, as I said, there is no interaction with backend APIs. Okay. You like you get what you see, what you like, what is visible on the web page. Like, so let's suppose there is a user journey page, okay, where the customer is booking something, and after the fourth or fifth page, there is a one booking ID getting created, and booking ID will be visible on the, I mean, screen itself. Okay, So once we see that this is the booking ID, so for that booking ID, there would be some object, right, on that web element, on that web page. So here we have one method that is get visible text. Okay. So there is a way that you can identify the object where it is located, and from there you can capture that value.
So
Okay.
from
Let's suppose
screen
I'm
or from output log we can capture.
from the screen you will capture. Let's suppose I'm just giving you a demo. Okay. So
Okay.
JPEG is just give me
Mm, do you have any example like demo script which you capture?
yes, let me show you. Okay, this is JPEG store. Let me open something. Okay, let's suppose this is the sample web application. So just to clarify your doubts, I will do some steps. Okay, then I will go here, add to cart, proceed to checkout. I can put any random value. Let's suppose for now I have my ID here. So
We're not seeing your screen, Arvind.
okay. Sorry. Let me share it again. Okay, so now you can see. You
Yeah.
can see my screen. Okay, so this is the JPEG store. Okay, asking like answering your doubts. So I'm just selecting any random products to show you what we need. I will click on fish, then I will go here. I will just click on add to cart, then I will proceed with checkout. Here details are already filled as okay, confirm. This is the card details. Okay, here it is showing the order has been submitted, right? So now if I talk about normal business requirement, so you need to capture the order ID, right? This one. So this value you will get in the response when we are recording through web protocol. Okay, so this value will get in the response. But in TruClient, we know that it does not interact on the API layer. Okay, it interacts with the user navigation. I mean the user rendering, user browsing, those things. Okay, it records those steps. So how I will capture this value? It is a truly web browser application based testing. Okay, the way we will navigate on the browser, that things will be recorded. Also you can see what is getting recorded and how the replay is happening. So in order to capture this value, okay, so this is the web page. Okay, so wherever it is so there is a object. Okay, a position for every element that you are seeing here. Okay, so what I will do, I just need to capture this value. So there is one function, okay, in the TruClient, that is get visible text. Okay, so it will simply pick the value from here. Okay, it will capture the whole text from here. Okay, and
Okay.
also yeah, and also like uh, let's suppose you need this value only. Like I don't want whole the value, I don't want dates, I just want the order ID specific. So for that I will be also taking on some JavaScript session, one or two JavaScript session, to show how to trim the strings, like how we can do basic manipulation with JavaScript, because it is a truly based, I mean the web page, right? It's a truly web page operation kind of stuff. Okay, so I will also discuss about how we can perform basic string manipulations, how we can create random numbers through JavaScript. Okay, so in those scenarios we will cover this as well. Okay, I mean we can capture the whole text, it will capture the whole text, because when you highlight the objects, it will show you everything from here to here. This is the object. Okay, and the text is from here to here, but you need only 51925. You just need to trim this part and this part. Okay, so for that we'll go through some JavaScript programming to meet our objectives. Okay, So this is about TruClient, and let's discuss about the contents that we'll discuss in this training module. Okay, and also there are some here pointers that we'll see that in web protocol everything is in C functions. Okay, so accordingly, like we can modify, right? We can write some steps, we can customize those parts in the web protocol. But if I talk about TruClient protocol, so there are two modes. One is interactive mode, and second one is your, I mean, I will show you, but there are two modes. One is the vision mode, and second one is developer mode. Okay, so you will not be able to make any changes in the scripting mode. It TrueCut will not allow. Okay, it will allow when you launch the script as a developer mode. Okay, so there only you can add the new steps, new object actions or the browser actions. Okay, or if you need to write JavaScript code, everything has to be done in the developer mode. Okay, it will be more clear when I open the TrueClient and I will show you the its looks and how it behave. Coming to next part, that is our contents. Okay, this is also very important. Okay, so it will give you a clear picture at what we'll discuss about. Okay, so I mean, script recording replay, it is also a very important stuff here. Okay, uh, how we can record from what step, from which step, from end to end. Okay, and the different settings, I mean the runtime settings and recording settings also we'll discuss about. Transactions, it is also very important, like how we can put transactions between the transactions and everything. Parameterizations, we have the custom scripting as well, how we can handle the events, how we can, there are different way to identify the objects, I mean by XPath, by descriptor. Okay, in build functions, the flow control, I mean the if else, if visible, those things we have in the TrueClient. Okay, for loop, do while. So there are different loopings, okay, in the TrueClient, so that also will cover. We'll discuss about the JavaScript. Okay, I mean we'll have one session for the JavaScript programming. I mean it is the basic is needed. Okay, how we will get the random value, random string, random alphanumeric. Okay, how we can trim the string. Okay, so those things will be there to learn. After that, TrueClient is also very rich when we talk about the functions and the libraries. Okay, so that also will cover. VTS part will cover. Okay, like how we can integrate VTS with LR, I mean to meet the objectives. Utilities are there. Okay, I mean the short way to clear cache, clear history and everything. I will also discuss about some tips, like the execution tips and everything. How to handle dynamic table with TrueClient. Okay, so this is something uh, we need to learn, because uh, dynamic table we know, like let's suppose if we are sure that this is the object which will display in the first part itself. Okay, but let's suppose that object is visible in the 10th row. Okay, first time it is reflecting on the first row. Okay, in the next station it is coming on the second row. We are not sure, okay, on which row, on which position the object will be visible. Now how to do the operations, so that also we'll discuss. Okay, uh, under this part. File upload, scripting, executions, report analysis. Okay, so that will there are so many things that I have not mentioned here, like alternative steps, uh, uh, those things. So uh, apart from this also we have a few smaller points that we'll see. Okay, so what you need to do, this is about the introduction part. Let's start with the actual TrueClient. I will just open it. Okay, you need to open the Fusion. Okay, so here you can see it's a views like I know like everyone like have used the virtual user. Okay, so few times back there was 2020 version. Now we are on the 2021. You will see one more is pipeline. I'm in 2023. Okay, so if you are using performance center or will be using performance center in the future, you need to make sure that the version should be same. Okay, I mean, let's suppose you have scripted your true client in the 2020 mode and your PC is on the 2023 version, so it won't be compatible. Okay, so we need to make sure that the recording, the user, okay, and the performance center, it should be in the same version. Okay, if it is not on the compatibility mode, you will get some challenges with the education part. So just gives a heads up when we are discussing with the requirements with the client that we need to have the same version for the performance center as well as your uh, user, I mean scripting part. So so the approach is generic the way we create the script. So I will here new script and solutions. Okay, true client, I will put true client demo. Okay, it's 5th June. So okay, here we can see we have true client web, true client native mobile, true client mobile web. Okay, so I just need to select true client web because we will see web only. Okay, mobile, these two are, I will discuss about the high level. Okay, these two, but mainly the training session is planned for true client web. Okay, so now I will cover this one as well. So just click on create. Okay, so here it is launching the scripting mode. Okay, and if you read, there is a one instruction mentioned here. It is saying please note this is a read only presentation of the actual script. For editing, please use the develop script button. Okay, so now it is clear that you will not able to edit anything here. Okay, if you want to develop your scripts, you want to build your scripts, you need to open the developer script mode. So I need to click here. So it is showing two elements. One is your true client enhancement view and second one is your browser. Okay, so here, okay, so it is just how it looks like the true client. Okay, so for this I need to select one web address. So I will just copy this one here. Okay, so just copy it and paste it there. Okay, so if I need to start recording, okay, then I need to click, this is the recording button. Okay, you can see it is the start recording. So once you click here, then you will be able to start recording your events. Okay, so make sure we are enabling the recording before we start the navigation on the browser level in the right hand side. Okay, so there are importance of this small features. You can see like it is click on, it is like we need to save the script. Okay, it is the levels, scripting level, it is like 1 2 3. So that will be more clear when we record, and then we'll start how it looks like. Okay, the runtime settings. Okay, different step we have. Okay, verify PDF flow control wait miscellaneous, lots of things are there. So I will not start now because it is not the right time, like we'll get confused. So better let's start the very basic, I mean how we can record a script. Okay, so first click on recording. Again I'm saying you can stop me if you have any doubts in between the sessions. Okay, so I will click on recording part. So once I click on recording, you can see in the view pane it is showing the recording now. So now we are okay and we can proceed with the recording. Okay, I am pasting the URL which I need to record. Okay, just launch it. So now, as I mentioned earlier, whatever we are navigating, whatever the user is doing on the browser level, you will see the same action is being recorded, right? So here we are navigating to this URL. So one step is recorded. Now I will click the enter the store. Okay. I need to sign in. So here I will sign in. You can mention the username. Okay. Now click on login. Okay. Then I will click on fish. I mean, let's record the whole flow. That will be more clear. Then I will click here, add to cart, checkout. Okay. Continue, confirm. Okay. My order is created. Now I will sign out. Okay. Here. So this is how we record. Now I have recorded the business steps that are the part of my requirements. Okay, so once I'm done with recording, I just need to stop the recording. So this is the option where you can stop the recording. Here you can see stop. There is also a shortcut that Control Alt X. Okay, but let's stop the recording here. Now the recording is stopped. Okay, so you can see that whatever we have navigated on the browser side, it is converted that as a step side. Okay, here navigation, click login, link one, click, and then we have sign out. So here we see we don't have any API as web protocol. Okay, so now I'm very curious to see what is the step, what all things are inside of this. Okay, so let's go ahead, open this one. Okay, so if you go to step, it is showing action, what we are doing, what what we are doing. So here you will see the activate tab, add tab. Okay, these are the actions. Okay, which uh, okay, so I will arguments, this is the URL. Okay, then we have transactions. I will not do any transactions naming now, because let's cover the basic part first. Then it is navigate. So there are two things. So one, the on the browser level, and second on the object level. So this is the browser level activities. Okay, when we are navigating, irrespective, when we are navigating for the browser, like let's suppose I am just launching any URL, I am refreshing, I'm going one page back, one page forward, double refresh, reload. So these are the browser level actions. Okay, second things comes around, that is object level. Okay, object level is when I'm clicking here on any element of this page, that is a your object based. Okay, this is a browser, I'm refreshing, I'm going one page back, one page forward. Okay, reload. Okay, so these are the browser based actions. Okay, and on the and if I'm clicking anywhere like sign in, fish, dogs, reptiles, cats, birds, if I'm clicking anywhere, it is your object based actions. Okay, so okay, so uh, let's suppose now the first, now my the recording is done. Okay, I want to see uh like the steps if it is working. So just simply replay it. Okay, see how the scripting is easy in the TruClient. So here there are chances that the step may fail, because it is saying that the step failed to replay using automatic ID method. Okay, if you read the sentence twice, it is saying the step failed to replay using automatic ID method. So automatic ID is what? Okay, so let's see what is inside. I will not go like first I will go this one, click on sign in. then I will go to the object. It is object. Okay, so uh, this is the option. I mean, this is the object where we are not able to sign in, right? So let's highlight first. Okay, no, it is not. It is not able to highlight. Okay, so don't get confused. I mean, uh, I'm just covering the high level of no, information for the recording and replay. So this is the option where you can highlight if my script is capturing the right object or not. Is it able to capture the object or it is not? If it is able to capture the object, so whatever the steps you are expecting from the step will be performed. If it is not highlighting the object, okay, so it will fail somewhere. When it will not able to type, will not able to click. Okay, so to simply debug this, I will click on highlight. Okay, it is not able to highlight, right? So I mean the and we need to change. Okay, so here you can see the id method is automatic. Okay, so the best practice is not to keep the option, okay, as automatic. Okay, let's go to the x path. Now highlight. Okay, so now it is highlighting the option, the object. Okay, so now uh, if you want to replay the step from the first part, then again you just need to go here and click on the replay. But I don't want to go back and do the same thing. Okay, so what I we have also one more option. Just right click here. Okay, and here you see the play this step. Okay, play from this step and play until this step. Okay, so first of all I don't want the whole things to repeat again in order to verify my this step that I have debug and modify. Just click here. Okay, if I click here, it will replay the particular step only. Just click here. Now I see the sign in work, right? Okay, so now I'm good to go. So I will start the replay from the fourth step itself. Right click and play from the step. Play from this step. I mean, your replay will start from step number 4 to 11. Okay, so here it is typing the username and the password. Then it is supposed to be login on this part. Okay, here you see. Okay, click on okay. So now you see, let our replay is passed. Okay, and everything is working as expected. So this is how the scripting is easy in the TruClient. But again, when I say the easy, it is not that much of easy because this application is kind of demo type. Okay, we'll have lots of challenges when you work on the actual projects. So we have 4 to 5, I mean we have 7 to 8 sessions, okay, for the recording enhancement and everything. Okay, so things will be there. But if I talk about high level, the nature of scripting and the nature of replay, this is how TrueClient looks like. Okay, even if you record with this web protocol or the Jmeter, you will have lots of challenges. You need to correlate, you need to see everything and actual values. Okay, so I will replay one more time to see the consistency that yes, the script is consistent and it is working for the multiple iterations. Okay, so just need to click here. Okay, so now I'm able to place the order and also the user is logged off. Okay, so till now we are good because the script is working. Now what I need to add, I need to add some checkpoints because we need to meet the objectives. I mean the page loading time. As of now we don't have any transactions, we don't have any additional steps. Okay, that will tell you that yes, when I click on sign in, how much time it took to land on the login page. Okay, what is your expectation, which object you want to load, okay, on that page. Okay, so that is pending the parameterization part. Okay, I also want to capture the order id and place it somewhere. So those things are there, enhancements are there, but for now the basic replay is passed. Okay, So here, apart from this, okay, now like there should be one questions that that should come from you guys, that I mean, this is a step from 1 to 11. Is this recording the mouse hovering? Because you said that uh, TrueClient will record whatever the user is performing any actions on the browser. Okay, so I'm also, user is also doing mouse hovering, right? I'm also doing mouse hovering here. Okay, this one. So that is why that, like, is that recorded? Okay. So to answer these questions, okay, we have the levels. Okay, we have the scripting levels in the TrueClient. Okay. So if I say this is the default level and the recommended level, okay, everyone chooses the option one, level one. Okay, but here you can see we have three levels: level one, level two, and level three. Okay, so let's see how it looks like when you select the levels one by one. Okay, so for now the default is level one. Also, it is the best practice to select the level as one. Okay, in the performance testing world. Okay, but to just uh, uh, see what happens when we select level 2, just click here. So level 2, no changes. Okay, level 3. Okay, so level 3 also we don't have any changes, but it like it, because we have like I did the recording, like we did very less mouse hour and everything, but it also records the mouse over part. Okay, as of now it is not showing the mouse hovering part, but yes, it records. Okay, that I will it depends on the one, like I will pick one more business flows tomorrow, and there we'll see the here the steps are very, I mean, straightforward. Okay, so you didn't see any this kind of labels added here, I mean the steps added here. But when I select the no SP web tools application, so there the hovering are there. Okay, to select the objects, to do anything on the objects. Okay, so that will reflect in the level 3 itself. Okay, but the nature of this GPT store is very straightforward. So we didn't do any mouse hovering and anything. Okay, if I open Flipkart here, right, just show you. If I open Flipkart, if I go to Flipkart, okay, so if I go here, okay, so here we are doing mouse hovering, right? So this all things will be recorded. Again, it depends on the nature of the applications. JPT store is very kind, like it's a very straightforward. So we didn't do, like we didn't see any such steps are recorded. But when I go to Flipkart, if I will record this one, so you will see mouse hover will be recorded that. Okay, the hovering will be recorded. Okay, so this is about the normal approach for the TrueClient. We'll discuss about other things as well. Like even uh, you guys can do the hands-on. Okay, let's suppose if you're it is a Flipkart. Okay, if I need to click on this one, gaming part, healthcare. Okay, then I click to this one. So that also you can give it a try. Okay, any doubts or till now? Y- Also, now I will close this tab. Okay, you need to save the script. If will not save, we will not able to do anything. So now I click on the save script. Okay, then I will close the browser. Okay, now you can see the scripting is built. Okay, so again it is read only mode. You will not able to add anything here. Okay, you need to open develop a script in order to do the enhancements. Okay, from here also you can replay. Okay, so just I will just check the runtime settings on the high level. Okay, then I will click on the replay part. Okay, so from here also you can record. So developer mode is only to develop the scripts, enhance, adding some business logic, adding some object functions. Okay, JavaScript code. So for that you need to launch a script as developer mode, because that is the mode where you can edit your scripts. This is the user mode. Okay, here we will not able to edit anything. Okay, it is just, we just need to replay it once, so that I can relate like how it will work in the controller or the performance center. Okay, so I will keep this session short. Okay, and any doubts uh, in our session today? Like, we discussed about the why we are using TruClient, why we are switching from web to TruClient. Okay, recording and replay, basic things. Any doubts here?
Hey, hi. Hey, actually, this is not relevant to this session doubt, but I just have one generic doubt about TrueClient.
Hmm.
In parameterization, can we able to remove some values from the files? Like suppose I have to use the SSNs, which not able to get used for the next iteration. Try to remove that. So is it possible in this TrueClient?
No, no, like I'm not. Can you please come again? Like,
Yeah. Suppose
hmm,
like
hmm,
I'll give you one scenario about the parameterization
hmm, hmm,
where we have some values like 1 to 10, and we
hmm,
don't
hmm,
have to use that. And
hmm,
mostly what we are doing is unique ones or something. And
hmm,
in that,
hmm,
again, the first will come or the iteration will get ended. But we have to remove from the files. Means there is some file, right? We are putting those
hmm.
values over where we have to remove them. Silk have that option, but I don't think so. No, I haven't seen in LoadRunner is that means there anything like that.
Okay, yeah. See, the structure that you are showing as a part of scripting, it seems to be more as the JavaScript. Okay, I mean, through client LR, you want to remove the parameters, right, from the scripting.
Yeah, scripting means that file which is the parameter file.
You don't want to pick the value from here.
We have some parameter file, right, where we are
Uh-huh.
adding something like suppose
Mm-hmm.
SSNs for the
Mm-hmm.
any applications or any particular IDs
Mm-hmm.
which need not to be used again, which need to be removed, right, or which not getting
No,
used.
see, okay. So again, it depends, right? Let's suppose you have 20 values in some parameter. Let's suppose it is but the value name is XYZ. It is the parameter name. So there you have 20 values. Okay. So let's suppose if you want to read that, to just use that value once. Okay. So what we can do, we have one settings, right? In the parameter settings itself, you can select unique ones and abort when the value finished. So that is also you can utilize.
Yeah, but okay, we'll discuss. I think so. This is little more discussion. I tried that everything, but what I wanted is I wanted to remove that value from that file. That will not use because again we have to predict this value get used.
So you are saying that once you consume that value should be deleted, right?
Yes, yes, exactly.
Okay. So see, if you are recording through web protocol now, so I mean you can use the VTS. So VTS, what does VTS do? So whenever you take any value, you consume any first value, it will simply delete, okay, for the temporary basis from the VTS.
That
Okay,
what
so
I
that also
wanted.
that you can explore the VTS part.
But same we can use for TrueClient.
I think TrueClient does not refresh. Okay, so the values will be there still. But if you're using web protocol, so it simply delete the values from the table like temporarily.
No. I need it for the TrueClient only because web protocol is not getting supported to our application.
Yeah, TrueClient does not delete the value. I like in the if I talk about 2020 version, it does not delete the value. Okay, the value remains will be there. Okay, but if I talk about web protocol, it deletes the value temporarily basis from this from the table itself. Okay, maybe like you can, if you can give a try in 2023 mode that launched. Okay, so maybe the enhancements will be there, so you can try once.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so like any doubts, like okay, Venkat, Vinod, Vishnu? why we are opting for TruClient, what is the like when we, in which case we need to launch it. I mean, we have to go for that. If you have any doubts, you can just ping in that group, okay, or you can also ping me separately. We need to make sure that we are learning. I mean, I will stop the recording now.